Welcome back to Chelsea Godfather Channel. Chelsea 1, Copenhagen 0. Well, let's just say I've watched a lot more better games in the last few days, right? I mean, this game is just one of those games where the best thing about it, and in fact, the only thing about it for us as a Chelsea fan is that we won the game 1-0, kept a clean sheet. But in terms of overall team performances, as a team, we were far from our best. And full credit to uh, Copenhagen, full credit to their fans. Their fans outsang our fans all day. I mean, their fans destroyed our fans at the bridge. And it's just what it was. The first half, I mean, we literally got no shots off. I mean, I'm not talking about shots on target. We had zero shots. Like nobody even tried to even shoot the ball in 45 minutes, right? In the first half, which is just a total embarrassment. But I guess, knowing that we had something to sort of hold on to, even though it was against, Copenhagen, that may have had a little to do with it. But the reality is that, we just didn't play well. We did not play well in the first half. We were horrible in the first half. Copenhagen played us in the first half. But although in fairness to us, if you want to even call it that, I don't know if you even want to say fairness to us. It's more or less the lack of quality of the team that Copenhagen is, because they just don't have quality up front. So they had the ball in the first half. They, were able to, get into some interesting spots in our final third, but they just didn't have quality to, threaten Philip Jorgensen. And so, in as much as they dominated the first half, yeah, I mean, I didn't really feel like they were going to score at any time. I mean, of course, you're always concerned that set piece here, counted there, anything can happen, a PK, anything. But in terms of them, being able to create and finish up chances against, Jorgensen in the first half, I just didn't see that, happening. But getting back to the first half, the real culprit of the first half is Maresca. But I don't know if it's any entirely his fault, because our squad is a bit thin, right? We have guys out injured, we have guys out, sick, and then of course we have that big game against Arsenal on Sunday. So he had to manage his squad. He had to manage his squad, and in the process of managing his squad, he ended up playing young Josh Achampao at left back. That's what like an inverted left back. He was just out of his element. The young boy looks just totally confused, and he's actually a very good player. But you wouldn't know it by just watching his performance in the first half. He was just out of place. I just confused. Not and entirely his fault. And again, as I said, not really, even though I kind of like, hey, Maresca, why you play this young kid out of position? It's not entirely, it's probably not entirely, Maresca's fault either, because he wasn't, there's no way we would expect him to play, Cucurella for the whole game, and then play him against Arsenal, having played against Leicester on Sunday, and even in the midweek, he also came on. So it's all about managing the legs of our players and the minutes, because we have some really massive games coming up in the league, where we are currently in fourth place, but we have back-to-back just massive games against Arsenal and Spurs. Arsenal away and Spurs at home. So, and we are thin. So I mean, this game was always going to be a tricky game for us, and it's all about just being able to manage the game and try and see knowing that we were ahead 2-1, and they needed to come to us, so we had to be patient and not withstanding our the personnel that we had on the pitch in the first half was just on balance. It was obvious to me that Josh was going to have to go out at halftime, and then the other player that he replaced at halftime is Enzo. He replaced Enzo Fernandez with Palmer. I didn't see that change coming, but I couldn't understand because we needed a little bit of a spark in midfield and trying to create, and that spark just came. Coming out at halftime, it was obvious that the spark worked. We pretty much pinned them in their half. We finally got that first shot. First, it wasn't on target, but it was the first shot, and the shots just kept on coming, and it eventually led to a brilliant goal by none other than Kernan Drewsbury Hall, just the player that a lot of Chelsea fans have been criticizing, saying he's quote unquote useless signing. Well, he bailed us out today. It was a brilliant goal. He almost a bit of solo run in tight space. The ball, he got a bit of luck with the ball bouncing off their defender and landed on his left foot, and he finished the ball in a very clinical fashion, the way that Palmer used to finish the ball with his left foot before he's found himself on this current 8 games and counting drought. Palmer did have at least a couple of chances that had it been Palmer of old, he would have scored at least one of the two, but this Palmer is just out of form and just low in confidence. So let's hope that he breaks his duck against Arsenal. We've managed to get through to the quarterfinals. It's going to either be against Molde or against Warsaw was the Polish team. I can't remember their names. It was 3-3 the last time that I checked. It doesn't really matter. That's the reality. Whether it's Molde or whether it's the Polish team, they're all on the same level. Chelsea is expected to beat whomever is put in front of our path, and it is what it is, man. This is just what it is. This is not Champions League, and it's not even Europa. So we just have to keep pushing onwards and upwards. In the end, it ended up being a professional job by our boys. 1-0 clean sheet. On to the next one. Let's just concentrate on Arsenal, Emirates, the Emirates away, where we need to get something out of it. If we're not winning, we need to at least get a draw. A draw is not a bad result for us away at Arsenal on Sunday, if we can get it. Guys, that's all I have. I know a lot of fans are not happy with the way they thought we are going to blow these guys out. Well, this is European play, knockout play. It can get dicey, it can get nervy. That's just what it is. And we have a lot of young experienced players on our squad, and they need to learn, and this is the best way for them to learn on the job. Share this video, like this video, subscribe to my channel. God bless you guys. Peace.